Hi, thanks for checking out the video. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the content, please hit like, share, and subscribe.
Hello friends and students, let's study the song. Okay, I've learned this piece in the meter of 4/4 in the key of E flat. And what I'd like to do in this part of the video is show you how to play the chords for the first section of the song. But more specifically, I want to show you one strategy, one method of choosing where to put the capo. A lot of people prefer to use the capo. Some people are using it to avoid playing bar chords. And I suppose if you're just a beginner, that's really useful and helpful. But don't be too lazy, learn your bar chords. Okay, but today let's discuss how to choose where to put the capo. Well, you can see in the sheet music that the first chord is E flat, and that chord is located here. At fret number 6 is what we call the root note, which in this case is the same as the bass note. That's the E flat. So that would be how it's very important that you can locate your bass note, or your root note in this case. They're the same. Okay, so A, I'm on the 5th string, I know that is A, then I go a whole step to B, then I go a half step to C, then a whole step to D. Now, I'm on D at fret number 5 on string 5, and E flat is 1/2 step away, and that would be at fret 6. So there's my root note. So now what I'm going to do is put the capo on so that I can use some more simple chords to perform the melody, or excuse me, to perform the chords. So what you can do in this case, let's imagine a C chord. And let's think of the C chord as fret number 3. I'm on string 5, that's fret number 3, and then fret number 2 on string 4, and then open on string 3, and fret number 1. Pay attention to the open on string 3, okay? And then open, fret number 1 on string 2, and then open. So I was just detailing each fret of the C chord, and there's some open strings. So one thing you can do is like imagine the capo being here, or sort of equivalent to what we call the nut. So if the capo is here and this produces a C, well, I know if I go up a whole step, C turns into D, so I'd have to move the capo from 0 to 2. So now when I play the C chord, we might call it a C chord, but it's really a concert D chord. By concert, I mean that's the actual sound people hear. Even if your buddies who are playing guitar call it a C, with the capo at 2, it's actually a D. And so we knew that from D to E flat is an additional half step. So I need to raise the capo one more time. And now when I play, oops, you have to put it on well. See, this is not the perfect capo for this guitar. Okay, so now I've got the capo at number 3, and when I perform the E flat chord, and this is the method we're going to use, but I'll show one other way before the video is over, because there's more than one way, right? Okay, so now our C is actually an E flat, and when we perform an A minor, because of where the capo is at, imagine again we did A minor here, the capo here, that's at 0, the capo's at 0, so when I move it a whole step, the A minor becomes a B minor, and when you move it another half step, the B minor becomes a C minor, and that's what we needed. So to move forward, we're also going to use an F. You might do F different ways. And that F, because of where the capo is, has become an A flat. And finally, a G will satisfy the necessity of that the concert key of B flat. So G with capo at 3 equals B flat. So we only need these 4 chords. The original 4 chords we needed were E flat, but we're going to substitute C. The second chord we needed was the original key. The concert key is C minor, but we have the capo at 3, and we're going to substitute A minor. Now, after that, we needed an A flat, but with the capo at 3, we're going to substitute F. And finally, the concert key that we needed for the final chord was B flat. I had that backwards. We needed a B flat, but when we put the capo on at 3 and make a G, it satisfies that B flat, because here's the root of it now, and that root is, or bass note, is on B flat. So with those simpler chords, C, A minor, F, and G, you can convert all of what I post for the sheet music to play just the simple chords. Now, let's think about doing it another way. Okay, well, one strategy is just pick one of the open position chords you are good at, like let's say D. I know that if I raise the D, remember you have to kind of imagine the capo being at 0 for this particular strategy. So the capo's at 0 and I play a D chord. Well, when you raise a D a half step, it means raise it by 1 fret, it becomes an E flat. But you have to remember to raise your capo. If you're going to raise the chord and it has an open string, you also have to raise the capo equal distance. So now when I play the D, it's actually an E flat. Now, to satisfy the concert C minor, I'm going to use a B minor. Now, you can use a bar chord, but sort of part of what I'm trying to do is show you how you might, some of you beginners could play it without bar chords, so you could use a different B minor. I'm sure many of you know it this way. Okay, now when you play a G chord, it's actually a A flat, and when you play an A chord, it's actually a B flat. So that's another method by which you could use the capo to enable you to use your open chords, simpler chords, and avoid the bar chords. You don't have to use it just to be avoiding things. Sometimes you do it on purpose because you like the sound or a particular open string combination, and you can use it to make things easier, but you can also use it to make things more artistic or expressive at a higher level, right? So let's now, of course, you could pick different places to put it and get the concert key, satisfy the concert key. The character of the chords is slightly different, but the basic sound is the same, and you can satisfy what is required, especially if you have a good beat and a good melody and all those things. It will work well for you. Okay, now I just want to talk about one other thing regarding this piece of music. Learn to identify some simple patterns. For example, the first 4 measures are this theme. Okay, during that theme for 4 measures, it's just the tonic chord, or in this case, it's a concert E flat, but notice I've moved my capo back to 3, so it's a C chord. And what I'm trying to encourage you is to realize just 4 times in a row, play the same chord. After that, they move to a new theme, and it's this theme. So during that theme, there's a simple pattern of, well, back to the capo, okay. The simple pattern is da 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 da, that's a C, da 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 da, that's your A, da 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 da, that's your F, and then da 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 da, that's your G. So that pattern is very common, by the way. It's a C, A, F, G. Yes, very common. And that pattern is played twice in a row. So what I'm trying to do is identify these patterns to make it easier to memorize the song or play along, or not have to live on the edge of every beat, but you can think in terms of longer structures. So that was with the capo at 3, we're going to play C chord 4 times in a row, and then when they switch to the main theme of the singer, you play a pattern of C, A, F, G. Of course, each chord lasts for 4 beats. You do this 2 times in a row, which makes a total of 8 measures. And then after that theme, we get into a new theme, which is, let's see here. Yes. basically, for what I did of the first page, you just play C for the remainder of the song, of that section. Some beautiful singing, right? I'm sure I lost like 10 subscribers right there. No, I'm just joking. That's just singing to help illustrate, right? So again, the purpose of this video was to show you how to play the chords using the capo, but not just that. I don't want to show you just how to do this one thing. I want you to learn how to think about using the capo, the basic strategy, so that you can use this in 100 songs or 1,000 songs, right? Just imagine the capo at 0, play the chords you know, and then when you move the capo equidistant with the chord, you can get the capo to arrive at the spot where it corresponds to the actual position you need to play the chords you want. I hope that wasn't too confusing. Of course, you can always play the bar chords. What is this? So all of these methods will work for you. If you have good timing and a good singer, as long as you play some version of the chord, it should work well for these types of songs. Okay? Now, if you'd like to learn the melody or more of the song or to review, please visit my Facebook page and check out the sheet music which I have printed for you. Okay? With these tools, you will have the items that you need to study well and have fun.